Okay, guys, welcome to another episode of Crypto Sense Podcast. This is your boy Carlson CO2 Owens. We're back on the mic. We're back with another show. Before we dive into today's show, we first got to give it up to our sponsors, CoinSeed. CoinSeed is the app of all apps. It allows you to invest in cryptocurrency all while using your pocket change. You can skip all the drama of trying to figure out how you're going to get in this crypto game and literally just link your debit or credit card, and you'll be able to build your cryptocurrency empire with your pocket change. Imagine that pocket change can actually change your life. So make sure you go over to the show notes, grab the link, and you'll be on your way to build that out. Let's also give it up to our sponsor, Encrypted Apparel. Encrypted Apparel is for those folks that want to stay fly, jiggy with it, and also cryptocurrency conscious. You can get some fly merchandise that's cryptocurrency inspired from Ethereum, Bitcoin. They also have cell phone covers, coffee mugs, anything that just express your love for cryptocurrency. You got to go to this site. It's wearencrypted.com. That's WEAR encrypted.com. When you load up that cart, make sure you put in crypto sense, all one word, to get a nice discount on your first online purchase with them. And that's CRYPTO CENTZ, not S. I had to do a Z because I want to stay fly with it. Now, we also have you guys that are listening to the show, all 60,000 listeners plus. You guys also make it possible for us to even have sponsors. But you are also sponsors of the show because you're listening to the show. But now you can sponsor the show with your pocketbook. Literally, you can now support the show, donate to the show, help me get some of this expensive Starbucks coffee when I'm researching, new show topics. You can now do that by hitting the last link in the show notes. It'll take you to a page you can donate or support with as little as $1. Oh, and listen, last but not least, we do have a new sponsor to the show, Psalms Brittle, spelled PSALMS BRITTLE. It is the best brittle candy in the universe. If you like brittle, but you don't like it being hard, sticky, or too chewy, this product solves all three problems with just this one thing. It's light, airy, and crispy. If you can eat a potato chip, you can eat this. Make sure you go over to their site and type in CryptoSense10, and you're going to get 10% off on your first online purchase. So that's it for today, guys. I am so excited. As you guys know, I've started doing these YouTubes now to incorporate it into the the podcast, and I always get excited to be able to bring like real dope people on the show that talk about the different platforms and really cats that are pushing the envelope in this game, whether it be cryptocurrency, blockchain. So without me yapping too much more, I gotta introduce this genius, and his name is Snap Boogie. Man, introduce yourself to the people, man. Talk to us.
Hi guys, my name is Snap Boogie. I'm a former America's Got Talent finalist. Season 6 made it top 12, and then I was in a movie called The Way Back along with Steve Carell and Maya Rudolph, and now I'm working on new endeavors in the cryptocurrency space, in the blockchain currency space, and I created the very first video game dance emote NFT in the world. I've been doing everything that I can to get into this cryptocurrency space because I learned that this was going to be the future about 4 years ago, and now we're starting to see things kind of blossom and flourish.
Wow. Now, I first got to just go back a couple of steps because you dropped so many jewels, you dropped so much information just in those few sentences. But let's just take it back to like, how did you get into dancing? Like, where did that come from? How did that whole thing work first? And then we'll go through the NFTs and all that too.
So wait, how did I get into dancing? You said?
Yeah, dancing.
Okay, because your thing cut off a little bit, so I couldn't hear everything. But dancing, I got into dancing from because I was just kind of like having fun when I was a kid, and then like my friend was like, "Oh, you can't dance better than Chris Brown," and all these other things, and then I was like, "Yes, I can. I could dance better than Chris Brown. I'm telling you, I could do it." And then he was just like, no, you can't. And so that one of those things kind of like that motivated me to become a really good dancer and stuff like that. And then from there, I just kind of like fell in love with it. I've been meeting people all over the world. You know, I used to go and sneak into the Red Sox games, and then after the Red Sox games, I would come outside and just start dancing in the streets. And then like I was also in dance studios. I did everything I think that I could, because they gave scholarships to Black kids like me in the inner city of Boston and everything. And I just kept dancing. I don't know what happened. Something took over, like saying like this was meant for me, you know?
Wow. So on one hand, you know, you have this love and this passion for, you know, dancing, and you know, it's an art form, you know, obviously, and people love it. I mean, you mentioned Chris Brown and some other folks, but it's like, so you have the dance piece, and then how did you kind of come up with the concept or the idea that this is something that you can express in a different form, especially when you talk about like cryptocurrency and blockchain? Like, where did that connection come into?
Well, I was learning about cryptocurrency from the very first time that I got into cryptocurrency. You know, my roommate, his name was Wacky Chad. He's another performer. He's awesome. He's cool as hell. Like, he's mad cool. Like, you got to meet this guy. He does this thing where he jumps on a pogo stick. He does a backflip on the pogo stick, lands on the pogo sticks, and keeps jumping on the pogo stick. And then he has a lot of tricks with these pogo sticks, and he does a show. And we kind of connected because him and I are in the same street performing community.
Wow.
And he was into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and all that kind of stuff. And I loved the idea of cryptocurrencies and owning your own assets and all that kind of stuff. But I had to learn about it first in order to understand what the actual power it is, the actual power that cryptocurrency has. You know, and so he just basically, I learned about it from him, and he told me to go put some money in Bitcoin, just buy at least one. So I was just like, okay, I'll buy one. Since I'm gonna make some other money this year, I'm gonna buy one. And then, so I did a festival in Canada. I finished the festival, went home with some money. And so I ended up buying one full Bitcoin.
Wow.
And then this was during 2017. And you know what happened in 2017?
Yes, I do.
6-7 months later, the price of Bitcoin went all the way up to $20,000. And I was just like, what is going on here? So I had $20,000 in my pocket, never had this much money in my life. And I was just like, wow, God, like what should I do with this thing? You know, like I need to do something with this. So I started doing more research, and I started researching. And as I would learn more things, I would just like, how the hell do I do this? Like this whole time as I was researching, I was like, how the hell do I put my dancing into this space, right? Just dancing. And so I started realizing, then I started like, during the bear market, I started, you know, I still knew that this space was going to be bigger than what it was, because I saw some really good interviews and all that kind of stuff online. And I realized like, so then I saw something about NFTs about 2 years ago, and I was like, yo, I gotta check this stuff out. I gotta like learn about these NFTs, because, oh, excuse me. Oh my God. I've been working like all day, every day.
I saw that dancing getting up to you, catching up.
Yeah, no, it's not even that. It's because I created this company.
Yeah.
I've been working like nonstop every day just to become successful with this company, because I don't know how I did this, like this whole thing. But anyways, let me finish this part. I started learning about NFTs, and I started seeing a lot of people creating cryptocurrency art and crypto kitties and all this kind of stuff. And then I realized like there's something bigger to this. So I was like, okay, the NFT space is pretty cool. How do I get into that? So I started studying what NFTs were and all that kind of stuff. I would just watch every video, and then I was just like, oh crap, like how can I make like an NFT dance? And then from there, I came up with this idea, like, oh, you see, well, no, that's actually not when I came up with it. I came up with it after I went to do this video shoot. This video shoot wasn't an actual video shoot, but it was a meeting to go and do a video shoot for NBA 2K, 2K21. And then I was just like, oh, I could, they wanted me to do animated dance moves for NBA, because that's what they did. Like they had some dancers make these dance like emotes inside of the game, and people would buy those emotes using something similar to V-Bucks in Fortnite. So I was like, oh, I could probably turn this into emotes, these emotes into NFTs and everything. So then I was just like, yo, let me see if I can pitch this idea to Fortnite. I mean, not Fortnite, to Engine, because I know Engine is a gaming company, a gaming cryptocurrency firm, and they really, really, really are trying to get the gaming industry involved in the cryptocurrency space. So, and it aligns with everything that they're talking about. So you know what? Let me pitch this to them. So I reached out to a few friends, and a few friends of mine, they had the connection with Engine, and so they talked to them for me, and then they reached out to, then I talked to Engine right after, and then I was like, I pitched them this idea. I showed them who I was. I did everything I could to get my foot in the door. I showed them my America's Got Talent footage. I showed them the movie that I did, and I showed them all the videos of me doing NBA halftime shows and all that kind of stuff. And they were like, yo, this is amazing. Let's get going on this. And now for me, I feel like they're trying to turn me into like that guy, like the superstar from Fortnite. I think his name is Ninja. And so now, so I think that's what's happening right now in this space. So nowadays I'm going to be, once I pitched it to them, we talked about it, and then we came up with a plan. A gaming company reached out to me. It's called Altiverse. They're really cool people. I was actually on the phone with them right now. And yeah, like we just came up with ideas, and we decided to launch it like a few days ago. We launched our very first video game dance emote NFT, where if you own the NFT that I minted, you're going to be able to use my dance move, the dance move that I put out inside of the game. And we're going to be building on this. We're going to be building on top of this. And now some of the most biggest celebrity dancers are trying to reach out to me, and I want to work with them now. So it's just been a roller coaster ride, and I really can't wait till this whole thing really flourishes and blossoms and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, just listening to your story, listening to how it's really been a full circle experience with you going from, your love of dancing, your passion for dancing, to getting into Bitcoin and blockchain, and then seeing how that technology is really in so many ways like decentralizing the whole game, where everyone can have more control of whatever they own or whatever they are able to produce. And so it's cool with the NFTs, especially because first thing you think of, okay, you think of crypto art, you think of maybe even crypto music, like music as well. But man, to be able to have the creativity to be able to make dance moves into NFTs that you could then find creative ways to get it into other platforms and even make money with and so forth is just phenomenal. It's just a phenomenal new world that we're in. You know what I'm saying?
I know. And like the one of the craziest things is like that's kind of like what I was thinking. Like I was just like, the first thing that came to my mind was like Fortnite. Oh, wait, people buy this stuff already. I need to do this. This is my calling right here.
Yes.
And so I guess it just came to me, man. You know?
I mean, it's such a blessing because, you know, you being in the art of dance, I mean, you know the game, you know, dancers don't really get the shine. They definitely don't get the bread that they need to be getting. You know what I mean? They don't
I
get
see some of my heroes, some of my biggest heroes in the world, like some of my biggest like heroes in the dance community, and they don't live the way they want to live. They don't they don't have those Ferraris and cars and all that kind of stuff, and they don't have those houses that they want, you know, like, and they're like living literally like a street dude, like, you know, like they're living on a lower end, like very low end. So I'm like, what? Like, how are you my hero and you live like this? So we're gonna have to change that. We're definitely gonna have to change that. And now this is
you definitely are changing it. You're changing the paradigm on the whole play because I mean, it's a whole new lane, it's a whole new avenue that is going to allow for this genre to be able to really grow and monetize to the level that it should have been, you know what I'm saying? But because of the outlets wasn't there for it in the traditional sense, but now they're here. You know what I'm saying? Like I was having a conversation with someone the other day about NFTs, and it was like, oh, you know, I think the one guy bought like a LeBron James clip, like a highlight clip or something for like 200,000. And the guy was like, well, why would somebody pay 200,000 for the highlight clip when I can go to YouTube or I can go somewhere and watch the highlight for free, quote unquote? And I said, well, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but you're also operating under this idea that the internet, as we know it, is always going to have free content, or it's always going to be, you know, an open market where people are going to be able to just go in and just consume for free, or the people who putting up this content can put it up for free for somebody to consume it for free. That paradigm, that's potentially going to go away as more and more things become more digital, and we go from the physical to more digital.
I do think that, like, in the future, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I do think that in the future, what's going to happen is that all these like things that are free on the internet are not going to be free anymore. And because of the NFT space, you know, because there's a lot of people that are taking advantage of the free info that they're getting. And I think right now is a great time to take advantage of all the free stuff, because pretty soon all the things on the internet are probably going to go away because of the blockchain space. People are going to get paid for what there's just going to be so much to build on top of this cryptocurrency and blockchain space and everything. Crypto was the very first invention from blockchain technology, but now there's going to be a lot of newer things and stuff like that. So yeah, I worry about the future in so many ways. I worry about what's going to happen, but I'm also going to be on top of it, so I don't have to worry. But I worry for the people who are on the bottom right now, you know.
Absolutely, man. So all right, so listen, man. So you got everything set up. So what's the next play? What's the next step? You definitely want to get more artists, get more dancers, quote unquote, in, you know, to the platform. So what do you see, you know, first of all, where do you see the NFT space in the next, you know, let's say 2 to 3 years? Let's give it a little bit of a runway.
2 to 3 years. I still think it's going to be really experimental for a while. But
like
I see
Bitcoin was, right? It was kind of like, Bitcoin was that one way, you know.
There's a lot of things that I see, right? I see experimental phase, but I also see a lot of sustainable businesses being brought up from the NFT space. Like mine's will be in a sustainable kind of type business, you know? But I will also see I think there's going to be a big bubble with the art space and everything, because it's just like there's a lot of artwork being thrown out, but there's no like true value to it. They're putting, they're just, but there's going to be a lot of artwork that people are going to like. But at the same time, I think a lot of these art pieces are probably going to go down in value. I'm not dissing the artists, because I actually really love the art in the cryptocurrency space. I think it's amazing what they're doing. I just think that it's going to get oversaturated, and like I can buy a piece that's like really well thought out for $1. And I can do that right now with this in this space. But the great thing about it is that people can get commission off of the secondary market. So I mean, maybe there is some really good things that can come from it. But like we'll kind of see. And this whole thing wouldn't have popped off for me if it wasn't for the pandemic too, by the way. Like I had to like stop everything that I was doing in this world. Like I had to stop street performing and all that kind of stuff. And my whole life just went to a halt, like just a screeching halt. Like it just stopped really, really fast. And so I had to like put my mind together. And because of the pandemic, this whole thing kind of came about,
Yeah. Well, I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. And in so many ways, the pandemic, as crazy as it's been, in a lot of ways, for a lot of people, it was a blessing in disguise, because I mean, just for myself, it allowed me an opportunity to kind of sit back and take assessment and strategize. As when everything was moving, I didn't really have the time to stop and really process things the way that I'm processing them now. And so, it was definitely a blessing. Back to your point about the NFT, the thing that also came to mind that I was thinking about a few days ago is you're 100% right that certain areas of these NFTs are going to definitely get oversaturated, and they're going to lose some value and then probably regain value later as cream rises to the top. But the thing that I was thinking about too is that these NFTs, whether it's art, whether it's music, whether it's dance, gaming, they have the potential to be kind of like stores of value, similar to what Bitcoin was originally, or still is rather. And
I think some of the famous pieces, right, in the cryptocurrency space, right, some of the famous NFTs are going to be stores of value, and they're going to go up in value, and some of them are going to go down in value, and people are going to know like this costs this much, so you're going to have to buy it for this much in order to own it, and that's what keeps its value, kind of type thing,
Exactly. And with it also being store of value, because what you've seen in the DeFi market, where you got all these folks that have put so much money into altcoins and Bitcoins, and now you have these platforms that allow you to kind of access that value that's locked into certain things, to be able to kind of do banking and to be able to get lines of credit. Imagine being able to get a line of credit against your NFT, basically, because on this painting.
That we're talking about a paradigm shift for real.
Huge.
Just having a certain NFT would, I never even thought about it. But think about it. It's like so possible. It's really possible. Like just from you having like an NFT, you can have it's definitely possible. I can see you having because I do see things like happening in the future where you're gonna have an NFT house, an NFT car, because this car is attached to this NFT. So once you have this code, you can turn your car on and drive away and all that kind of stuff. Like that's something that I see.
Yeah, definitely. I think with virtual reality continuing to grow and that space continue to get more robust and more people. I mean, because Gary Vee made a good point. Is that how many times do you look down at your phone? How many times are you look down at your computer, or your tablet? If you really add up those minutes during the day, you probably spend, no cap, you probably spend about 6 hours, 6 maybe 7 hours on your actual phone. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So what he was basically saying was, look, the phones, the tablets, the laptops are just precursors to going full-blown virtual reality.
Yeah, because so you see what's happening right now. They're all making all these. They're making all these games. All these games are coming up, right? And they're all going to be this. There's something called the metaverse. There's a game called there's the metaverse, and like in the metaverse, it's going to be a whole new world with the virtual reality, VR, like all of that stuff, and you're going to be able to buy land inside of those virtual worlds. You're going to be able to interact with people inside of those virtual worlds as well. And excuse me,
almost like a community.
Community
within. Yeah, that's like a virtual world community, basically. Yeah. Wow, that's incredible. Wow.
Yeah, so you're going to be seeing some incredible things coming up in the future. But I really don't know what's going to happen. I know I'm a dancer, so I'm just hoping that my NFT is going to be worth like trillions of dollars in the future.
Exactly. Definitely. So so back to that. So the next steps is really just continue to promote, continue to let people know about the platform, and getting more and more dancers involved, which they're definitely going to come for sure. So
no, I mean there's already dancers coming in right now.
Yes.
They're asking me about it, and I'm definitely like pushing them. Sorry, I'm hearing things outside the hall. I'm in my apartment. There's a lot of dancers just hitting me up and stuff like that,
Yeah, man, it gotta be a good feeling, it gotta be a good feeling to know that you put up, you've created something that, this is one of its kind, and is going to help a lot of people. So
I mean, the Jabberwockies are already talking to me about this stuff. Like I talked to some of the members of the Jabberwockies, like I talked to them. They want to build NFTs. They want to pick my brain. They want to understand this space. And because I've been into the cryptocurrency space for a long time, I understood that NFTs were going to be the next thing. Like I knew something was about to happen and everything. So
absolutely.
I think a lot of people are starting to realize that cryptocurrencies are here to stay.
Yes.
And everything. And they're just kind of like, now they're just learning, like, they should have bought in. So like people in the cryptocurrency space, they're going to, anybody who's like me, we're going to be able to teach like classes full of people, 24 million people and all that kind of stuff. And that's going to feel good. I can come into what do you call it, a school, and just own it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Well, look, Snap Boogie, tell the people how they can be able to get a hold of you, man. What are some of your handles? How can they learn more about, your platform, and, put you back on the show, but, just drop all the, your handles.
The gyms. My website is beautyinthestreets.com. You can go on to beautyinthestreets.com and bring and you can buy the NFT from there. It brings you onto OpenSea. Also, this NFT is actually here to raise money to create a platform for the dancers. And I want to be able to create like something where, like a website where the gaming companies can just kind of like collaborate with the dancers, in a sense, from my website. And so I'm using this NFT to raise money for that. Because I definitely want all the dancers. It's not about me. It's more about everybody and all the performers. It's not just dancers. There's going to be a lot more coming in this space. I just can't talk about it because I have to sign NDAs with people, and I can't sign NDAs with 60,000 people on the podcast. But yeah, so beautyinthestreets.com. That's my website. There's my Instagram is The Real Snap Boogie, or Beauty in the Streets official _official. And then there's also, I have a Twitter. It's at Snap Boogie. Is there anything you think I'm missing?
No, I think you covered. I mean, you got you got your IG. Obviously, you have the the website. So anywhere folks can be able to get more information and just tap in with you is good. Of course, we're gonna get back on the show and chop up some more game. Maybe even do some more intros or some more dancers and projects under the dance platform that you want to actually talk about as well. So. But I know you're a busy guy. You're obviously making history. So keep doing that. Keep making history. Keep doing your thing, and let's link up and come back to to the circle and talk up some more. And for all the listeners, obviously definitely go out, check out the platform, get this information. Obviously continue to follow us on Facebook, Instagram. I think I even got a Twitter as well. Obviously, you can catch us on the traditional podcast, but but tell all your friends, share, like, and comment on this show. Okay, so that is it, Snap Boogie. So, any parting words that you want to say to the people?
It's just much love. This is going to be the very first time dancers will ever have intellectual property as a dancer. So we are heading up. We going all the way up. And much love. Stay out of trouble. Have fun. Do what you do. And don't do anything I won't do. Peace.
Fantastic. All right. So on that note, we'll holler back. Peace.
Word up.